In every Pokémon series, the question of which Pokémon the protagonist will catch is always one of the most exciting ones to answer and to speculate on. Now of course, in previous series, this question centered on Ash, since he was the protagonist. But now it focuses on Liko and Roy, who are our new protagonists. So, what Pokemon will Liko and Roy catch? What will their final teams be? This has been the topic of much discussion ever since Horizons began. However, I had yet to participate in this conversation, since there was very little to go on and, like I said a few videos ago, I don't like speculating without basis. But after much thought, I was finally able to find enough footing to stand on in order to tackle such an exciting, interesting, and thrilling question. So, let's get to it. Now to begin with, I just want to lay down the criteria I used to draw my predictions. Since the Pokemon anime leans heavily on patterns and traditions, Ash and his capture serve as the basis for my speculation. First, Ash always captured at least one starter Pokemon from the current generation. Journeys is the only series in which he did not do this. Additionally, all the starters from the current generation were caught by main characters without overlaps. Plus, Ash never caught a starter of a previous generation, even though some of his friends did. Now of course, Liko and Roy already have Sprigatito and Fuecoco respectively, and Quaxley was captured by Dot. So Liko and Roy cannot catch another starter Pokemon. Second, Ash always captured Pokemon from the current generation only, or Pokemon from a previous generation that can evolve into a Pokemon from the current one. Again, excluding journeys. Therefore, Liko and Roy can only catch Pokemon from Paldea/Generation 9. However, since they are currently in the Galar region, Liko captured Athena, and it seems that Horizons wants to give Galar some of the focus it did not get in Journeys. It's clear that Liko and Roy will also catch Pokemon from Galar/Generation 8 as well. Therefore, my predictions will be only from these two regions/generations. Third, Ash almost always captured the regional bird of the current generation. The Sun and Moon series and the Journeys are the only times he did not do so. Now of course, Roy already fulfilled this by catching Watrel. However, Liko has yet to do this. Fourth, Ash almost always captured what I like to call the starter trinity, which is to say grass, fire, and water. These three types, being the ones you can start with, seem to be integral parts of the quintessential Pokemon team, since several noteworthy trainers, namely rivals and the champions, such as Blue, Red, and Barry, have the Trinity in their teams. Battles with characters like them are always flagship moments from the games, and their teams are memorable ones that often represent the generation in question. This is why Ash almost always ended up with the Trinity, with a starter filling in one spot in it. Therefore, I think that Liko and Roy will also have the Trinity in their teams by the end, especially since they already have one part of it with their starter. Of course, having the Trinity means for Liko catching a fire type and a water type, and for Roy catching a grass type and a water type. Fifth, I will be excluding legendary and mythical Pokemon, since Ash never captured a legendary and he only captured one mythical, and he did so 7 generations in. I just don't see Liko or Roy catching either kind of Pokemon. There is one exception though. Roy might catch Rayquaza, though I feel like this will be after he has a team of 6, and the said team will likely not include another legendary Pokemon or a mythical one. Sixth, Pokemon from Galar/Generation 8 that were captured by either Ash or Go will be excluded as well, since the whole point of having Liko and Roy catch Pokemon from this region/generation is to allow said Pokemon to be in the spotlight, since they did not get to do so in Journeys. They might have appeared like Athena did, but their role was minimal and or they only appeared in one episode. On this same note, Pokemon from Galar that did get to shine in Journeys without belonging to a main character will also be excluded. Pokemon like Yamper and Dragapult. Those captured by Ash and Go got to shine plenty enough, so I don't see Liko or Roy catching any of them. Plus, having main characters overlap Pokemon in back-to-back series would not be as interesting or as good for variety. Seventh, I think it's safe to exclude pseudo-legendary Pokemon as well, since it took Ash 6 generations to catch one and 8 generations to catch one he got to keep. Surely, Liko and Roy won't catch one in their first outing as protagonists. Also, I think that Paradox Pokemon should be excluded here as well, since their rarity and power puts them on a similar level to pseudo-legendary Pokemon. However, since Area Zero is an important part of Scarlet and Violet, perhaps Liko and or Roy will get to catch a Pokemon synonymous with the area. So while unlikely, it is possible. Finally, Ash always had an electric-type Pokemon on hand, which was of course Pikachu, and he notably never captured a Pokemon of this type, and thus Pikachu remained his only electric type. I could see Liko and Roy ending up with an electric-type Pokemon. In fact, Roy already has one, meaning that Liko is the one that needs to catch one. So these are the parameters I set for the discussion ahead. Now it's time to make some predictions. Let's start with Liko. I will first list the 4 additional Pokemon she will catch, and then I will explain my reasoning. I think that Liko will catch Rookidee, Boltund, Charcadet, and Finison. Rookidee is the only regional bird Liko can catch, since Roy already has Wattrel. Boltund notably did not appear in Journeys. Its only anime appearance was in the Secrets of the Jungle movie, which is not part of the main series. So Boltund definitely did not get to shine, even though its pre-evolution did and plenty. Having Liko or Roy catch Boltund is the best way to make up for it getting 0 screen time thus far. Liko is the one that should catch it, for two reasons. First, Roy already has an electric type, while Liko does not. Second, given Chloe's close bond with Yamper in Journeys, I think that it would be fitting to have Yamper's evolution have a close bond with Liko, another important female character, and the one in the following series. Charcadet is a fire-type Pokemon, so it would give Liko one of the types from the Trinity that she is missing. Plus, Charcadet just suits her. It's a small and adorable Pokemon, but one that is brave, determined, and willing to fight opponents stronger than it. Liko is timid and shy, but when she has to fight, she does so, even against opponents that are more powerful than her. I think that they would have a great dynamic. Additionally, they can have her Charcadet evolve into Armarouge, the counterpart of Cerulege, who has appeared several times already in Horizons under the ownership of Amegio. It would be awesome to see both of Charcadet's evolutions facing off against each other. Also, Ash often shared a Pokemon with his rival in the given series, or he had a Pokemon in the same family or a counterpart to it. Amegio is the closest thing to a rival Horizons has thus far, so it would be nice and fitting to have him and Liko own two sides of the same coin, especially since Cerulege is a better match for a villain due to its appearance and ghost typing, while Armarouge is a better match for a hero due to its appearance and psychic typing, meaning that they accurately represent Amegio and Liko respectively. Now yes, Armarouge being a psychic type means it overlaps with Athena and her evolutions, but this is fine, since Ash often ended up with several Pokemon of the same type in his team. Finally, Finnison is a water-type Pokemon, so it would give Liko the other type from the Trinity that she is missing. Additionally, like Charcadet, it would fit Liko nicely. It's also an adorable Pokemon, and it also has the same contrast in its personality, though in a different way. Finnison is a kind and peaceful Pokemon that cares a lot about its friends, just like Liko, and this carries over to its evolution Palafin. However, when push comes to shove, and its friends are in danger, Palafin courageously steps up to protect them, which is when it transforms into its hero form. Again, just like Liko, minus the transformation of course. Moreover, like Athena, Finnison, and presumably Palafin as well, can sense the emotions of other living beings, meaning that it can also feel Liko's kindness and compassion, her defining traits which would surely make Finnison grow to trust and bond with Liko just like Athena. So that's it for Liko. Now let's move on to Roy. Like with Liko, I will first list the 4 additional Pokemon he will catch, and then I will explain my reasoning. I think that Roy will catch Cramorant, Applin, Daxbon, and Orthworm. Cramorant is a water-type Pokemon, so it would give Roy one of the types from the Trinity that he is missing. Additionally, it suits Roy perfectly, since he is a glutton and so is Fuecoco. And I think Wattrel is one as well. Cramorant the Gulp Pokemon would be a great addition to the team. Plus, its demeanor, which is random and silly, matches Roy's free spirit like a glove. It's much like Fuecoco in this regard. Applin is a grass-type Pokemon, so it would give Roy the other type from the Trinity that he is missing. And it is of course closely related to food, which makes it a great fit for Team Glutton. Additionally, it just got a new evolution in the Teal Mask expansion. Roy having an Applin that evolves into Diplin would be an awesome way to showcase both the new expansion and the new evolution. Furthermore, Diplin can have Glutton as its ability, which reinforces its place in the team of big eaters. Daxbon is of course also related to food, meaning it belongs in Team Gourmet. Plus the sweet, appetizing aroma it emanates would be appreciated by the rest of the team, and the fact that intense heat makes its skin harden means it would be a good pairing with Fuecoco. Now Roy could also catch Fido instead, but I chose Daxbon over it because Fido already appeared under the ownership of Liko's family, so we have already seen one. Though this does not necessarily mean that Roy cannot catch one. I just think that catching its evolution would be more refreshing. However, having him catch a Fido would allow us to see one evolve in the anime. Also, it would lead to the same result. Roy ends up with a Daxbon. Earthworm has the same energy as Roy, Fuecoco, and Cramorant, which makes it a good fit for the team. Plus, it also has a big appetite, since it is described as constantly eating sand. So, this is what they will catch. But we still have to go over what their final teams will look like. Namely, if all their Pokemon will evolve or not, and how many times for those that can do so more than once. Not all of Ash's Pokemon evolved all the way or at all in previous series. Therefore, the same could be the case with Liko and Roy's Pokemon. Now in Roy's case, I think that they will all reach their final forms, excluding of course those that already are or cannot evolve. Roy's dream is to catch a legendary Pokemon. Therefore he will need a lot of firepower, which can only be accomplished by having a team composed entirely of fully evolved Pokemon. Also, Fuecoco's love for singing and its desire to be as strong as Charizard basically guarantees that it will be a Skeledirge someday. As for Liko's team, well, she does not need a powerful team like Roy does. So in her case, she can get by with unevolved Pokemon. Boltund is of course excluded from this, since it is fully evolved. By the way, just in case, I predicted Boltund and not Yamper because Yamper had a lot of screen time in Journeys. So we don't need more Yamper, we need more Boltund. Now as for her other Pokemon, Charcadet and Finnison must evolve in order to be a counterpart to Amegio Cerulege and a true parallel to Liko respectively. Every regional bird Ash captured reached its final form, except Noctowl, which was already fully evolved when captured. so I think Rookie D will evolve all the way. Athena was Liko's first capture, meaning that she will be with Liko the most apart from Sprigatito. I just do not see Athena spending so much time without evolving at least once. Therefore, I could definitely see her evolving twice. Certainly at least once. As for Sprigatito, well, it has so much personality that I could see it not evolving. Plus, it is Liko's partner Pokémon. They are always together and the Sprigatito is often in Liko's arms. Liko certainly won't be able to carry Meowscarada around, and some of its endearing pet-like charm will be lost if it evolves. So I could see Sprigatito not evolving at all, or only evolving once, especially since starters not evolving is pretty common. Notable examples are Ash's Bulbasaur, Squirtle, Totodile, Oshawott, Snivy, and Rowlet, Dawn's Piplup, and the Ghost Grookey. Plus, there's also several that only evolved once, like Ash's Bayleaf, Quilava, and Pignite. However, every time Ash only captured one starter, said starter evolved all the way, aka Sceptile and Greninja. Plus, having her closest partner evolve, changing dramatically in the process, is something that Liko should experience. Something that would surely make her grow and develop more as a character and a trainer. So I honestly could see Sprigatito going either way. I cannot 100% predict what will happen with it. But yeah, that's everything I have for you in this video. Now, of course, it goes without saying that these are just my predictions, meaning that they should be taken with a grain of salt. There is no way to know for sure which Pokemon Liko and Roy will catch, how many they will catch, and what their teams will look like by the end. All we can do is make educated guesses based either on wishful thinking, or on what the day or the story needs, or on what happened with Ash and his captures / teams in the past. I did the best I could with what I had. On this note, please let me know in the comments down below your own predictions and what you think of mine. But that's the video. As always, leave your own thoughts down in the comments below. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did and would like to see more like it, then please consider subscribing to my channel. I love Pokemon and I love making videos on both the anime and the games. Also, please consider clicking the links on screen so that you can check out more videos like this one right away. Additionally, down in the description I have affiliate links for GameStop, which is where I buy all my gaming related stuff, affiliate links for Amazon, which is where I buy all my stuff that is not gaming related or groceries, and a link to my Buy Me a Coffee page. These links will allow you to support me directly if you would like to. I would very much appreciate it. Also, I have a link to my second channel where I cover Resident Evil. If this is something that would interest you, then please check said channel out. Thank you so very much for watching, and let's meet again in the next video.